Hey, I'm Aaron Gordon from 13th Street Cocktails, and I want to thank you all for supporting Pennsylvania SPCA's Bark and Wine Happy at Home. Bark and Wine is such a critical event for their fundraising needs to support all of these vulnerable animals in our community. So please, I invite you, make a cocktail with me, then check out the website, www.barkandwine.givesmart.com. You're going to find all of these great raffle items, silent auction items. We even donated one from 13th Street Cocktails. So I encourage you guys to go bid after you have a few drinks. You're likely to spend some more. So we'll start off making this wonderful cocktail I like to call the Pineapple Express. It's going to have just canned pineapple juice, stuff you can find at the grocery store. Dole is great. A Guajillo Chile syrup. I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we get to the syrups. Fresh squeezed lime juice, some whole chunks of pineapple, and a wonderful Reposado tequila from Casamigos. This makes a superb summer, fall, winter, spring, any time of year cocktail. I could drink these things all day, any time of year. So let's start off getting all of our liquid ingredients in your shaker. If you don't have a shaker, you can use any container at home that you can close, because we won't be able to seal this tight when we shake it. We're gonna put 1 ounce of Dole pineapple juice. And then to bring up acidity, 3/4 of an ounce of fresh squeezed lime. These lime juicers or citrus presses, they are incredible. They keep all of that lime juice out of your cuticles, and it gets a maximum yield out of the lime. And we want just 3/4 of an ounce of fresh squeezed lime. That's about half of a lime. A nice juicy lime will give you 3/4 of an ounce, and just half of one. After we have our lime juice in there, we have that pineapple. We're gonna add some of that Guajillo Chile syrup. We already made some, but to do it at home, just get a cup of sugar, a cup of water, buy some Guajillo chilies on Amazon if you don't have a Latin American grocery near your house. And we just simmer about 3 to 4 chilies, medium size, in a saucepan with a cup of sugar, a cup of water. That's it for about 5 minutes, and then you're good to go. Strain it off. If you get some seeds in there, it might be a little spicier, but Guajillo chilies by nature are not super hot. On a scale from 1 to 5, they're probably around a 2. So you got that Guajillo chili syrup. We're gonna put 3/4 of an ounce, and that's it. My favorite part, we'll throw in our tequila. I'm gonna go 2 ounces. At this point, all of our liquid ingredients are in your shaker. So we'll get some finely chopped up pineapple cubes. You can use store-bought pre-cut pineapple or buy a whole one. Point is, you want this to be a very, very ripe pineapple, almost overripe. That way when we shake this cocktail, those ice cubes are gonna muddle it, break it up for you, saves you a whole step. So I'll give it a head start by just cutting up that pineapple cube nice and fine, so when the ice shakes this cocktail up, it's gonna kind of break that pulp up and get that pineapple all over our drink. So we throw a nice, maybe like 2 cubes in there, depending on how big you cut them. These are about 1 inch square cubes. And then a cocktail shaker full of ice. We want a ton of ice to shake this cocktail up with. If you don't use enough ice at home, your drinks won't get cold enough. The few ice cubes that you have in there will dilute too fast, and you'll have a watered down drink. If you use plenty of ice when you shake any cocktail, not just this one, it's gonna make sure your drink gets really cold, and it'll make a much better drink. So always use plenty of ice, more than would fit in your glass. And give it a shake for about 10 seconds. That should be nice and frothy. You'll see when we pour in that cocktail glass, wow, it's amazing. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. I want you to enjoy this cocktail, and make sure you go back on that website, bid on these auction items. Have a good night. Cheers.